Alright, so in this video, now I just have one of my coils with some strong magnets in there, and I'll show you what the power output of this is. Quite a bit more than that stepper motor, I'll tell you that. So like I was thinking, that stepper motor wasn't the greatest for generating electricity, so I don't know if I even want to use it now. I heard someone say use a stepper motor, so I'm like, alright, I'll try it. But, it's always worth trying things. But I'll drain this down. That's the capacitor. So it's the same as my other video. The power from, or the voltage coming off this, which is charging the capacitor, which is going to be displayed on here. So now when I spin this, it'll start charging. So at this RPM here, it's already more than the stepper motor at a lower voltage, and we're getting way more power, 15 watts almost. So yeah, not the greatest, but it's still not bad for the size of that stepper motor, that it was able to about 5 watts. But I don't know, the voltage is higher for sure. At a max speed on the drill, it was like 37 volts on the output for AC. But when you rectify that, that's half of the AC voltage. So this was half of that. But this has a thicker gauge coil for sure, and there's more wire than in there. I'm sure a lot more wire. Same goes with this motor. But I don't know. I think I might be better off using something like this to charge the battery, and then I also have no cogging, so it's just an easy free spin. The only cogging there's going to be is the magnetic interaction with the magnets on my rotor, which might become a problem. But it doesn't hurt to experiment. That's the whole thing about this kind of stuff. You kind of just gotta learn as you go and figure it out. Trial and error, they say. But yeah, this thing is impressive. It's pretty good at generating power, and that's only one coil. I could put a whole nother coil on the top. You can easily run this DC motor here, just keeping up with it. It's able to do more than what it can consume. Although, it would be nice to know how much torque it takes to actually generate this, and how much power it takes to consume. I have another one of these. I could put that to the battery of the drill, but I know this motor in this drill consumes a lot of amps, even when it's just running with no load, because they're very thick wire in there. And there's, you got the resistance and the drag of the gearbox inside of the drill. So with it running on its own, it's hard to make an assumption off of how much it takes to charge. But yeah, I kind of like this idea more than a stepper motor. I mean, you got the simplicity of just using this, but I don't know, the output isn't that great in my opinion. I could get a bigger one, but they're more expensive. These things aren't cheap. I mean, this one was not bad, but the bigger ones are like a couple $100 for a nice size one. That's just a little too much for me. I don't really want to spend that on just an experiment. Although I've wasted so much money on a lot of other dumb things. But yeah, you learn as you go. Like, I can probably spin this by hand to generate. Yeah, see that? I was able to generate enough just by spinning this by hand. That's not bad. The drag doesn't feel like it's very substantial either. So I might be pretty good off by using this. And then when I put another coil on top, that'll double the output. And then basically this is just how a Newman motor's function is just to have a magnet inside a coil. Other than, he has lots of wire. Lots of wire. So anyone that's on YouTube making a Newman motor with just this amount of wire like this, that ain't gonna do nothing. Sure, it'll run like a motor, it'll generate electricity, but it's not gonna do the actual function of what he was trying to do. You need tons of wire for what he was doing. And the thing behind his idea was the fact that I believe is with the amount of resistance, but yet had the very strong magnetic field, that it was able to produce more power out than what it consumed. In theory, that's what he was trying to do. It took very little power to run it, but it produced a lot of power from it running. And then I don't know if he was collecting the back spikes or not. I don't know if he really wasn't even doing that. I don't think so. I think he was just purely running off the coil. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this is where I'm getting at right now. Probably going to end up using this kind of a design for trying to generate electricity back to my capacitors to run the high voltage pulse motor. It's just laying on the side over there, but I just wanted to make another video to show what I'm kind of working towards. Alright, see you later.